Hi, Enzo here. Welcome to my kitchen again. Tonight we're going to prepare a chocolate Guinness pie. Very, very delicious, very rich and full of flavor. Obviously, Guinness is the beer that we're going to use for this cake, oat biscuits, and then a filling with mascarpone cheese, chocolate, don't forget the beer, and a little bit of cream and butter. Very, very simple. I have the oatmeal biscuits here, which I have basically crushed by hand because I don't have a food processor. So just try to make it all the same size, like that, nice and fine. And then we need to add just a couple of teaspoons of cinnamon. Now the cinnamon will be very interesting because will go very well with the chocolate filling and also with the beer. The Guinness is very full flavored and it will balance very well the tiny bitterness that's left in the beer. So that's our crust. I'm just using. Okay, so 125 grams of butter, basically in the crust. Look at it, then caked tin. Press it down. Yep. And then just a sprinkle of cinnamon powder on top and try to cover the there we go. And there it goes in the fridge to set for 10 minutes. Okay, now goes the filling, the chocolate filling, the chocolate beer filling. Very simple. I have 125 grams of butter with 125 grams of sugar. And I'm going to cream this down until it goes pale white, yellow. And then incorporate the mascarpone cheese. In the meantime, I have melted some dark chocolate here. And very slowly, I'm going to pour 125 ml of Guinness into it. Try not to make any foam if you can. There you go. And just a little bit at a time. And just melt it together and stir it. Make it nice and smooth. Oh, that smells very good, isn't it? And the rest in it. I bring it to simmering, very, very gentle until it goes nice and creamy and smooth. The Guinness and the chocolate are being melted and mixed nice, and we just take it off from the bain-marie, let it lightly cool down so it's not too hot when it goes into the cheese and the butter mixture that we're going to do right now. Here we go, that's mascarpone cheese. You can also use creme fraiche, Philadelphia style cheeses, very easy. Yeah, ricotta cheese if you want to, fresh ricotta cheese, why not? And we're going to fold and mix these ingredients until they become nice and creamy. And the whole thing is incorporated nicely. Yep. Now we're going to add very lightly the chocolate into it, a little bit at a time. So 1/3 fist in. And we fold this all together like that. Okay, so on this consistency, you have to be really careful to not overfold it, otherwise it will basically split. And on this point of the moment, we'll add some whipped cream into it. 375 milk, nice and whipped. And we folded this in again, nice and gentle, not too fast, until basically the cream is all being incorporated into the mixture. Okay, this is ready to go into the base, which we put in the fridge. Just spread it all out. It's my last touch of smoothing my chocolate Guinness pie off, and I'm going to put this in the fridge for 20-25 minutes, half an hour, until basically sets, and then it's ready to come out and to be decorated or served. Okay, my cake is nice and set, and yeah, it looks fantastic, absolutely beautiful.
Adrian, tell us all about Three Ravens.
Well, we're a microbrewery based in Thornbury. We've been here for about 6 years now. The idea behind the beer is we wanted to bring real ale back to Australia and to help promote bottle conditioned and keg and cask conditioned beer in the local area and around Melbourne.
Tell us about yourself. Tell us how you got here.
I got here personally. I started up at Grand Ridge Brewery in Gippsland. Prior to that, I'd done a degree in food science with a postgraduate study in brewing at the University of Ballarat. Basically, through that, I really enjoyed the biochemistry and microbiology aspects to the work, and so brewing was the perfect calling for me, I guess, after that.
The beers Three Ravens make, you brew some all year round and you brew some seasonally. Can you run us through them?
We do, yep. The main ones that we brew most of the year, or in all of the year, would be the Golden Ale, which is a German-style alt beer, maybe a little bit less malty than that style tends to be from Germany, but we've made it our own. We have an English Ale, which again follows the English special bitter kind of style, but maybe not quite sticking as strictly to the rules as some of the styles out there do. We make a dark beer, which is a smoked ale with imported smoked malt from Germany. We make a Belgian-style wit using orange, coriander, cardamom, and black pepper.
Okay.
To really give it that spicy lift.
Yeah.
It's quite a potent drop, that one. And we also make a 55, which is an American-style pale ale. That was made for the 5th anniversary of the brewery. So it has 5 types of hops, 5 types of malts. It's 5.5% alcohol. And yes, so it was for the 5th anniversary.
Oh, okay. Is it true Three Ravens was established by 5 engineers with some spare time and a lot of stainless steel on their hands?
Yes, that's correct. The impetus came when a local hotel stopped serving the cask-style ale that they favoured. So Ben, one of the original brewers here, put his mind to the task of setting up a small 300-litre system, and basically he went from there.
Right.
And yeah, so it's grown.
You said earlier about a winter beer, a rye beer. Can you tell us about it?
Yep, we've just packaged a rye beer in the last couple of weeks. The idea with that was to sort of follow along the style of the wheat beer that we make. It doesn't have any of the additions, but it's a little bit heavier, a darker colour, higher alcohol and a bit spicier.
Yeah. I don't know much about rye beers. Are they based on Russian beers or Polish beers?
Look, from what I understand, it was originally a German style, with rye beer being the beer for the poor folk, barley beer being for the middle class, and wheat beer being for the upper class and nobility, just based purely around the expense of the grains involved.
Right, okay. Adrian, the future, the trends, what are the styles you think we're going to see or should see with Australian beer?
Look, it's hard to say. A lot of people are sort of pushing the more alcohol, more flavour envelope. I think while that's good and fun to do and gives you a lot of great beers, I think a challenge that maybe some brewers aren't looking at is how to make a really well-crafted mid-strength to light beer that's popular and accessible.
Thanks for your time, Adrian. Good to see you.
You too.
Welcome back to the Keg Room, and now it's time to try our imported lager. And this week we have Paulaner Original Munich Premium Lager.
All the way from Germany. It's a bit of a mystery beer. I chose this beer because it was recommended to me by some bloke in a shop, but it's a bit difficult to find out much about this beer. They claim a 400-year-old heritage, something to do with Christian monasteries.
Don't they all? Yeah.
Don't they all? All the German ones seem to. They make about 10 beers. I think there's only 2 available in Australia. And they're actually typically 49.9% owned by Heineken, which gives us a bit of a clue. But it's in the top 10 beer brands in Germany, so it's very well thought of. And they've also, quite interesting, they're building a chain of theme restaurants come microbreweries around the world. We've got about 10 in China, where they brew beer by the German so-called purity law, and they probably do schnitzels as well. So anyhow, what do you think of the beer?
Well, if I say one thing, I have to say it's true to style. You know, it's a bit of a malty smell. It's well balanced. It's got a good mouth feel. It's got a nice colour, but you know, it's a bit, I don't know, I find it a bit bland actually. I mean, it's not a bad beer, but 3 stars for me.
I don't think it's bland. I certainly don't think it's boring, Robert. I think it's more, it is true to style. I think it's more delicate, and I think it's actually a really good example of a well-made Munich lager. This is very good beer because it's got the things I love. Those 4 things: it's balance, it's length, its intensity, and its complexity. And it's a long way above the other 3 lagers we've had today. No, I'm going out on a limb. I'm going to give this 4 stars.
That's all we have time for this week. Thanks very much for watching, and don't forget to look at the website for information on the beers we tasted and how we rated them, where we bought them for, etc., etc. So thanks very much for watching again, and good night.
Thank you. Good night.